First of all, you guys are awesome. Just wanted to say that. Alright, so I was planning on talking about RM's awesome explanation as to why they don't just release songs in English. But just hours later, it became apparent that this conversation has now become a part of a bigger debate. Here's why. Sunmi is getting a lot of backlash, and I feel like we talk about Sunmi at least once a week. Anyway, during an interview with Billboard, they were talking about K-pop in the US. The interviewer makes the statement, "It's partially because of the groundwork laid by you and Wonder Girls." Sunmi simply replies, "No, BTS." Now, let me tell you what I took away from this. When I saw this, I thought, oh wow, that's pretty cool of her. Someone put the spotlight on her, put her on a pedestal, yet she took that spotlight and highlighted another active Korean artist. That's very selfless. Her tour, her interview, her spotlight. But she took a moment to shine a light on someone else. That's it. That's all. That's what I took away from it. Warm, fuzzy feelings in my kokoro. But like I said, hours later, get back online, things have changed. I see people hating on Sunmi, fans hating on each other. What just happened? I'm getting Twitter messages. By the way, follow me at KPOP Junkee. Hey, can you talk about the Sunmi backlash? And I was like, what backlash? What could have possibly gone wrong? Well, it turns out the negative reaction came because it seems like she undermined her own group, undermined other artists who may have contributed to the international success of K-pop. It's basically a debate of who actually paved the way or laid the groundwork. Here's the thing, I think that's an awesome debate to have, as long as we're not being malicious about it. We all have different thoughts, different opinions, and that should be a beautiful thing, but for some reason, it just makes people angry. It's a shame. It would be such an interesting conversation. I would love to talk about it with you guys. I'll even discuss it in the comments if you want. On one side, you can't deny that BTS have achieved things that no other K-pop artist has achieved. You can't blind yourself from their accomplishments or the doors they have opened. But also, on the other side, there was BoA, Rain, Seven, Big Bang, 21, Wonder Girls, SNSD, Psy. Even if you look at those attempts as failures, I think there's an argument that it's failures that lead to success. Which finally leads me back to RM's statement. He said that if they suddenly release songs, albums in English, and change other things on top of that, that wouldn't be BTS. What's the point of success or getting #1 on the charts if you had to conform to do it? And it's hard not to think that RM has that mindset because he saw what has been done in the past. Just look at Sunmi and Wonder Girls. The first thing they did trying to get into the Western market was release an English version of Nobody. And you know what? We may need to stop and think that maybe her perception of their success in the States, or lack of it, that experience molded the way she thinks and the way she answered that question. All I'm saying is that if anything, her response should have sparked conversation and discussion rather than hate. And at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to perception. She thinks what she thinks because of things she's gone through, things she's seen, and you're gonna have your own thoughts as well. It's like this whole YG is out of the big three article that is being taken as fact. It was from one reporter who based it off certain things they deemed as criteria for being the big 3 or 4. I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong, but I don't think it's an official YG kicked out of the big 3 club. It's part public perception and definitely industry perception, not one opinion piece. DSP used to be in the top 2, rivals with SM, but now it's just widely accepted, I think we can all agree, that they're not. If YG gets to that point, I think we'll all know. For me, the big 3 have been the big 3 for a multitude of reasons. Money, contribution, influence, impact, power. I don't think it's just one thing, like money or stock value. And you don't have to take my word for it, it's something that JYP has said himself. But again, all this to say, we can have conversations about this and be open to other opinions. Let's just not cancel people right away and try to figure out why they think what they think. You'll either have a better appreciation for your own thoughts, or you might even learn something new.